or whatever.
Right.
Like, cool,
Right.
I get that, but I don't like the fact that they're going to court, and trying to fight that instead of like being willing to pay a fair rate is why. So.
Absolutely, and that's why. And again, I don't know how you do this for the songwriters, but that's why you got to go direct to fan. That's why you got to go direct to fan now. You know what I mean? Perfect example with Xavier Keys. So what he's been doing here recently is he's getting ready to drop his new project, Red Wine, that's coming out. We were going to drop it in May on the UK tour, but I think we're still going to drop the album. But I think we're obviously not going to be unfortunately going to be able to go on the road to promote it like we wanted to. But what he did was he's releasing all the songs first to his private network, right, of his core fans. And guess what they were doing, bro? They were actually paying upwards of $10, $20 for a single, $50 for a single, bro. So what that tells you is that when you build a real audience with a real engaging fan base, you can never really tell them or dictate to them what your songs is value to them at. You know what I mean? So the only way to me you really combat that, at least from the revenue generating side for the actual artist, you got to go direct to fan and allow the fan to determine what they're willing to pay for your song or your album. Some people are willing to pay $50 a song. You know, so it just kind of depends. So that's one way to combat it. But as far as a federal statute rate, doing it direct to fan, there's just no way to do that. So I mean, at least right now. So I don't know how we fix that part of it. But like you said, there's no pressure from Spotify right now. They know that people are still going to go and subscribe every month to their platform, and they know that not enough people are even looking at this type of thing because again, it's not sexy stuff. Most artists aren't thinking about the songwriters. They're not thinking about what the rates are, and then not only getting pennies per stream, because again, it's not. They care about the creative stuff. They're not thinking about the long game of how that affects songwriters, because not every artist writes their own songs. So somebody else penned a hit for you. That's a hit for you, and they're getting, if you're getting 500, let's say you're getting 7 billion streams over the course of 5, 6, 8 years, whatever it is. That's a lot of streams, but still on fractions of pennies per stream, how much is a songwriter really getting? They're not getting, they're not getting that much on the mechanicals anyway. So that's the part that sucks, but it is. I guess it is going to be what it is. It is going to be what it's going to be, and I don't think Spotify's worried about it at all, to be honest with you. So, that's just my 2 cents.
All right.
I had a question for you, man. I mean, what did you think? What do you think about the whole Megan Thee Stallion and her issue with her label? And do you think it was a fair? Do you think she got a fair deal for everything I'm seeing? That it looks like some of it probably should have been renegotiated. I watched the interview today about it on Genius, and they had an entertainment attorney on there. They're saying that some of her stuff should have been negotiated better. But they call Crawford's defense. He's a baseball player. He just wants someplace to park some of his money, and so he doesn't really know the music business. And it's tough to come into this game and not even know, and then relying on other people, and end up being the clout chaser anyway. I was just interested to know what you thought about that situation.
Well, let me see, where do I start here? Okay, you first asked, do I think it's a fair deal? And I say no. Almost no deal is fair to artists. Right. So, and the people that are saying it's a fair deal are only saying that is because Rock Nation is involved. If it wasn't a Jay-Z thing, they would agree with Megan Thee Stallion. All right.
Right.
Right. then for the people that are saying that Carl Crawford is worth $65 million, he don't need this or need that, I'm like, nobody even heard of 1501 Entertainment before Megan.
Right. Right.
So with all the money he had, he couldn't even get that brand off the ground outside of Texas and the states around there. And don't get me wrong, you can eat just touring Texas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, etc. Don't get me wrong, but what she did was turn it into an international brand. Right. And when you acquire new management and you ask them to look over your contract, and let's understand there's people listening, we're talking management versus record company. Now, a lot of times artists allow the record company to kind of manage them at the beginning because you're not really making any money to pay an independent manager for. Right. So unless you have somebody that really sees something in you and saying, no, I got you, whatever, I don't make no money till you make no money or whatever, you're kind of stuck with the label doing both things. And what happens is when as soon as the conflict of interest starts, and what I mean by that's a natural conflict of interest because you want the management company to hold the record company accountable. So all the young lady from Rock Nation that represented Megan was doing her due diligence and found things that weren't right. And to Megan's credit, she went to them like, like, we all family. We've been doing this for a minute. Let's work this out, whatever. And only time people flip is when they got something to hide or they mad that you had the audacity to have them new people look at it or whatever. So I'm not gonna pretend to be a big fan, but I did started following the situation, and I'm on her side, man. Like she didn't, like I felt like she thought like that they had been together long enough that like, yo, they said a few things ain't right. I was young. Come on, guys, let's just finagle a few things that everybody could keep eating. I'm only gonna get bigger now. With working with Rock Nation, and that's not to say that Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that, but it's just proven that when artists like of her stature, like put it this way, like Yo Gotti, and I'm not saying Rock Nation made him, but he was always doing his thing. But now, like, dude is like a household name. I mean, like his reach now is global. Like, and that's the thing that like Rock Nation, they're just great at. And to take somebody that's already scorching hot, like the only thing that you could do is take them higher, and then that's more money for the record company as well. So. Hopefully it gets worked out to the point where like everybody continues to work together. But at the end of the day, even if Carl Crawford is upset or his company's upset, I don't want him to be bought out. Like I finally want somebody that was there from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? To be there when and be able to eat a little bit, man. So hopefully they just get to a point to where they let the legal system work, and whatever the decision is after the appeals, they roll with, and they continue to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So that's one thing. I don't want it to turn into something to where like Rock Nation come in and totally cut him out, or like I said, even buy him out, because buying him out, he's still not going to get what he would have gotten if he is like if the company is involved with her and her day to day. So I guess to answer your question, I just feel like yes, she's right. Secondly, I don't think any contracts really favor artists unless they're designed to do so. And most of the time, those are people trying to prove themselves, like me and you, or whatever. So what do people know? What do our peers always tell us? We're being too fair. Like, man, you being too fair with this. Look at all the stuff you doing, man. You should at least get this on that or whatever.
People tell me that. People tell me that all the time.
All the time.
For this perspective, so you and I are considered personal managers, right? So, in the grand scheme of things, we're personal managers, and I've always said, like I've told artists, look, you could have me the personal manager, but if you want to go get a big company, I'm totally cool with that, because they got some relationships that, Scott, you and I just not going to have. We don't have corporate relationships. We can't pick up the phone and call corporate companies and get them to sponsor a tour at the level that a Rock Nation can go. We just can't do that. As much as we want to, we just can't do it. So it's totally okay. It's part of the game. You take an artist to a certain level, okay, we'll take it to a bit, but we don't keep, if the artist has any integrity, they'll keep you on. Say, look, you could be my personal manager, and we're going to go sign this management deal like they do, like Megan's doing with T. Ferris. T. Ferris apparently is going to be still as her personal manager, and she's going to do the management deal with Rock Nation, which she already did. But they're going to come in and handle all of the big shit, all the big stuff, and because they don't really want to do the day-to-day. I mean, at that level, you don't want to. You're not really doing the day.
They're not there. They're not there for that anyway. They're there to make her a global, like just a consistent global brand. Like they're gonna get her the deals with Rihanna's company and other fashion companies and parts in movies and all that kind of stuff or whatever. So that's what they're there for. So once again, I just feel like it's enough there for everybody to make some money, and but for those, and I'm not a know-it-all, but those who are like who are pointing out like Carl Crawford's like worth and like I'm like, nah, yo, like this young lady, no matter what she signed and when she signed it or whatever, it's nothing wrong with asking for a renegotiation. Those things happen in all walks of life, all types of businesses or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, let's be clear. Most artists, if they working with somebody or whatever, and a bigger company come along, what do they try to do? What do they always try to do? They try to cut the other person totally out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They be like, and she never did that. And it's not enough that's being said about that, because you could go down the line. I was so and so's original manager, and and then they did this and they did that and they did this and they did that or whatever. And that's one thing that I saw, that like she still was rocking with her original, entertainment company.
Remember,
her
she signed
original record company.
She signed to 2 labels too. Remember that?
Yeah.
She
signed 2 labels at that.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I just feel like just the fact that she asked for a renegotiation and didn't say, oh, well, since they did that, can you get me out of this? I didn't hear any of that. You see what I'm saying? So more should be said about the fact that she ain't do like a lot of these niggas be doing. Nah, man, that's like we about to wrap it up, but come on, man, like you asked this question, so now you go get it, like fuck it.
Oh yeah,
like come on. So like to I mean, and even people like or whatever, like we could go all the way back to the Locks or whatever. Nothing was wrong other than they ain't want to wear shiny suits.
Right.
The only reason their contract was messed up after that was because of what they had to sign to get off Bad Boy. And that was the